everybody, Brian Boyle here, and welcome to episode 166 of the Mesh Tongue. I am down here at Wasatch Running Center in Centerville. We're here for a pre-race registration. We've got the Wasatch Mile and the Company Cup 5K coming up this Thursday, so down here doing a little pre-race registration. But while I was down here, I figured I would get a quick episode in of the Mesh Tongue. It's been a few days since the last episode. Reason being is that I have just been really super busy trying to get this race on, get it organized. It has certainly been an ordeal, but I appreciate the support and I appreciate the folks that are coming out to this race. We've got a fantastic lineup of some of our elite milers, some of the best in the nation, including Pat Casey and Rachel Schneider. So if you're in the area, you won't want to miss this. We might have some low fours coming out. It's a downhill course, so we'll see. It should be the fastest road race in Utah, so we're excited about that. But today I want to talk to you about socks. So why socks? We've talked about foot care before. We've talked about a number of different things. But while I'm down here, I figured I'd grab some of the products that they've got available, kind of highlight the differences. So when we think about our feet are probably one of the most important things that we need to take care of when we are running. Why is that? Well, they come in contact with the shoe, the sock, the ground, whatever it may be that you're running in. So they're essential. The old adage is when the foot hits the ground, everything changes. And if you've been a runner for any length of time, you certainly understand that. Having your fair share of black toenails, blisters, and plantar fasciitis, corns, calluses, you name it, and the list goes on and on. Now, really, when you choose a pair of socks, you want to think about the elements of what you're going to be running in. Now, I know this is a hassle. Okay, sometimes the sock prices they're not giving them away. Let's just say that. But if you think about the investment that you put in, if you are training for any length of time, especially if you're going 30 to 40 miles a week or above, it is then essential that you have some solid gear. Now, whether it's a foot powder, an anti-friction foot powder, and a good sock, or if you're just purchasing the socks themselves, find what works for you. Now, you may have to trial and error this, but again, as I said, look for the elements. So one of the things, we've got the Aninji. It's the Aninji Trail. Now, the Aninji, if you're familiar with Aninji, okay, these are the toe socks. So each toe is individually wrapped in a sock. Okay, so the design is that you would put your toes in, each toe goes in there. It prevents the chafing and the blister formation, rubbing of skin on skin in there. Now, these are the trail ones. Again, are you a trail runner or are you road running? Now, the reason is that there is some differences, especially if you're going to be slipping a lot, if you're going to be on uneven terrain. There's some padding, some extra padding in here. This may be a real good buy. Now, there's something else called the right sock. Now, if you think about this, it's a double layer sock. So rather than having to purchase two pairs of socks, back in the day, what we would do is we would buy two pairs of thin socks, wear them together. The thought was that the two socks, the outer layer and the inner layer, would kind of rub against each other. It would reduce the friction, and voila, off you go. In theory, would work with the double sock. So this actually acts as a double layer. They've got a guarantee of no blisters. Not sure what they do if you do get a blister, especially if you're trying them out. Money back or sock return. So there you go. If you get a blister and you're wearing these, maybe again something to look at. And again, it's made in the USA. How bad could it be? Well, what if you need compression? So why would you use compression? So compression can help with recovery. It can help with pushing the blood flow back from the toes and putting it back to the rest of the body, getting that up into the calf. It can help with just recovery. So if you're going to just wear them for recovery socks, again, that may be something that you need. But if you do suffer from ankle swelling, if there's some sort of edema, then a compression sock may be just the thing. So CEP or CEP has a lightweight compression sock. It's 20 to 30 milligrams of mercury. So if you look up in the corner, it says mmHg. That's milligrams of mercury. So that's measured the compression. So it's actually a pretty high compression. So low is 8 to 15. So that's like a mild. So it's actually a moderate amount of compression. This would be something that, from a medical standpoint, we'd probably use with somebody that has a lot of edema. But if you're running and you normally your feet swell an awful lot, this may be something for you. Again, they've got lightweight, lots of different colors, lots of different sizes and shapes. And then, are you going to be running in the elements? Are you going to be outdoors? Are you going to be running through trails? Are you going to be through the slop? Is it going to be wet and runny? Is it going to be snowy? They've got seal skins, so 100% waterproof and breathable. It is a silicone-free elastic. Taper provides barrier to water. A merino wool lining, again a seal skins. These things are pretty intense. They're pretty hardcore. They're pretty padded. But again, are you going to be running in the elements? Do you want your feet wet? If you can avoid it and you can afford it, okay, you may consider purchasing something like this. Again, so you got to think about what you're going to be running in. Especially if you've got a race, you'd never want to change things up the week before or a couple days before. Always go with what you know. That's the easiest thing. That's also what makes running so crazy. There's so many variables, but go with what you know, and pick the socks, pick them out, try them out. Get them on in some sort of race condition, whether it's on a tempo run or an interval. Make sure that you've got a good fit, that they're not getting blisters. Now things can change, the variables can change day of. How many times has that happened to you? It's happened to me a ton of times where I've been out. It's like this weekend here in Utah. We're going from 90 degrees last week. If you're running a race this Saturday, in Park City, it's going to be 32 degrees in the morning. Okay, last weekend it was 54 in the morning. Significant difference. Okay, so sometimes it's really tough, especially with the variables. But go with what you know. Figure it out beforehand. There's lots of different options. I encourage you to get down to your local running shop. Like I said, I'm down here at the Wasatch Running Center in Centerville. But any running shop near you, I would encourage you to get down to them and try out the socks, see what you got, and again, look at what you are looking to do, whether it's running in rain, snow, if you need compression, if you're just looking for blister prevention, whatever it may be. So, Brian Boyle here, episode 166, 166, whatever it is. Hey, it's been a long week. We got the race coming up, but mesh tongue, and until next time, whatever you do, don't go hurt yourself. But check us back out again. The next episode should be coming up shortly. I'll have a lot more time on my hands once the race is over, and be on the lookout for that. I appreciate you. Share this with your friends, your family, your training partners, and until next time, Brian Boyle. Take care. See ya.